And welcome back to the show. That is dedicated to earning money the old-fashioned way, which is by helping other people before you help yourself. Hi, my name is Ron Farron, and this segment of the show, we want to do something that's totally different. Those of you who normally listen to the show know that it is all about equipping our fundraising coaches to be able to raise money for charities, nonprofit organizations, and education. Today, however, we're wanting to explore the gateway marketplace in depth. And to help engage our listeners, what I've done is I put a little camera in the corner so we can record this and actually put it on the internet so people can watch it as well as listen to it. I have received questions from our fundraising coaches. I've talked to a number of businesses about participating in the gateway marketplace. I've talked with charities, and everyone has questions about the program. You know, they say that every company has 10 questions that people always ask, and another 10 questions that people should be asking. So I've condensed what people want to know into just a few questions, and I'm going to go over those today to try to give you a better understanding of what the gateway marketplace is and how it will help your business, because this segment is really designed, really focused on businesses who want to lower their marketing costs, they want to improve their cash flow, and they want to brand their business as a community leader by participating in cause marketing. Now, of course, naturally, the first question is, what is the Gateway Marketplace? Well, Gateway Marketplace is a website that you can generate a store allowing you to sell products and services. Think Amazon. You go to Amazon, you can create a store. You get your own control panel that allows you to upload information about your store and transact business. Same thing here. You would create a store, and you're probably watching this on a website that is a website from one of our fundraising coaches, and they're a person that can really direct you on creating a store. And in that store, you list your inventory or your services, and then we'll process the sale, give you the money from that sale, and help you to build your business. We take care of all the marketing costs, all the hosting costs, all the processing costs, and it allows you to put your products out really to a whole new field, a whole new market, probably than what you're doing now. It is the Gateway Marketplace is a store that is very heavily involved, or actually exclusively involved, in cause marketing. Now, people say, what is cause marketing? Well, by definition, cause marketing is when you have a for-profit business and a nonprofit business that are working for mutual benefit. For instance, let's say I have a store and you have a nonprofit organization, a charity, education, something. I'll give 10% of my business to you when people shop at my business, and it could be any business. What will happen is people will prefer to shop at my store because 10% goes to you, and that benefits me, but it also benefits you because you're now getting 10% of my revenue. You then want to increase that, so you start letting all your people know, listen, go over to Ron's store, 10% comes to us. All of a sudden, I'm getting increased revenue. I'm now marketing to people that I've never been able to reach before. They're coming over to my store and purchasing items, and then 10% goes to you. It is a great co-beneficial arrangement, and that's what cause marketing is. Every national organization, major corporation, has identified cause marketing as a viable avenue of marketing, really a needed vehicle for marketing, and will in fact now employ people whose job it is to engage in cause marketing. Now, smaller companies don't have the luxury of hiring a full-time director of cause marketing, and that's really where we can come into play. Is we allow companies through the Gateway Marketplace to be able to become very, very well known in the community because they participate in charities or education or causes. Now, people will say, how does it lower my cost and improve cash flow? Uh, the Direct Marketing Association talks about how advertising will give you a 400% return on investment. Sounds pretty good. I'd love to have a 400% return on my investment. I'd love to have a 100% return on my investment. Until you take a closer look, what they're meaning is, for every dollar you spend in direct marketing, you will receive $4 back. Sounds pretty good, till you realize that you pay that dollar weeks or months before you get the $4 back. If I want to make $100,000 this year gross in my business, I got to pay $25,000 now and get my $100,000 sometime this year. If I have goals and aspirations and I want to make $1 million this year, I can, but I've got to write a check for $250,000 now and wait for my money. Well, that's going to choke up my cash flow because I'm having to pay so much up front for the marketing. I believe in a marketing mix. I'm not saying we or anyone else is a silver bullet that will solve all your marketing problems. But I often have to chuckle or maybe have a little fun when people come into my business, a local business I own, and they're trying to get me to pay for their advertising. Man, it could be anything. It could be newspaper, radio, TV, whatever, magazine, and they'll come in like they've studied my business and really believe that advertising with them is an investment that will give me a great return, and they're really almost ready to guarantee me that if I sign the contract to advertise with them, then I'll get a lot of money. And I'll often let them build themselves up, and then I'll say, okay, I tell you what, I want your most expensive package, but I want to pay for it out of my revenue, out of my increased revenue. Well, of course, they're not interested in that. I've wanted somebody who believed in their product enough that said, you know what, my TV station, radio station, whatever, printed, believe so much in this that we'll advertise and then we'll track your gross sales and then just take a percentage out of your increased revenue. I'd go with them on a heartbeat. That is what we're all about, is to be able to do the advertising for you, doing the marketing for you, hosting it, and not collecting any money up front. In fact, that's another question we got via email. How much does it cost? There is no entry fee that doesn't cost you money to set up. There's no monthly hosting. What we do is, when you have a product or service that you're wanting to sell through the Gateway Marketplace, you set up your store for free. You fill out a form. We set up your store. Doesn't cost you anything. You put in the items of how much they are. You upload your pictures, description. You can upload video. None of that costs you anything. When a sale is made, 10% of that is given to a local charity or education or a cause. 5% is withheld as our hosting and processing fee. Now, there's a credit card fee, but that's not marketing because you got to pay for the credit card processing anyway. So it really only costs you 5%. We've reduced your marketing costs from 25% really down to 5%, because at 10% you're giving away, you're going to get credit for that again, because when you present that check, or we present that check in your name to a charity, everyone else who supports that charity is going to know that you cared enough to give to that charity. So it's essentially 5% is what it costs. So it lowers your marketing costs because it costs less of a percent of your gross revenue, and it improves your cash flow because now you pay for it after the sale is made. And when we collect the money, that's when you pay for it, because what we do is we just deduct that out of the money you receive, and that can be from you can receive it by check, you receive it by electronic transfer, PayPal, whichever is best for you, but it's not paid. It's actually deducted from your revenue. Uh, Here's another question we got in. Is it only for local businesses? We talk about. In fact, I probably combine a couple of questions here. Yeah, we talk about how we're very big in buy local. The idea of buying local for the local economy. In fact, there is a radio show that we did, and you can see it on the website of our fundraising coaches. It's me in a radio interview with the head of the Charlottesville March of Dimes, and we're talking about our fundraising mall. And one thing that didn't make it in the final cut was another segment we did, and someone spent 10 to 15 minutes talking about how nothing we were doing was helping the local businesses. And I disagreed because, for instance, Amazon, if you can save money from Amazon, having money go from Amazon to a local charity, and then that gives you additional spending income you can use for local purchases. But really with the Gateway Marketplace, it is all about local. We're very, very much interested in helping, and this is the only fundraising program that incorporates local businesses. There are a few education fundraising malls out there. Shop Click Give actually gives a bigger percentage of the revenue away than any other mall, and I will make sure that's always the case. But there's others out there, but they all deal in the major names like Best Buy, Amazon, etc. We are the only company, only online mall, only organization that allows the small business, whether it's a mom and pop or a regional business, to be able to participate in a fundraising mall. And the neat thing is your business can be listed right up there with Best Buy, Amazon, Macy's, Tractor Supply, and a host of others. So when people are shopping for those, they will also see your business as well. But it is not just for local businesses. For instance, we have. I was talking with somebody who owns a bakery, and they can ship their baked items, and they're very much local, but now they have the ability to not only sell in their local market, but they can sell now nationally because they can ship their baked goods. This is not just for a product for a company that transacts on the internet and fulfills on the internet. Obviously, if you sell a product, if I'm selling widgets, something, and I transact on the internet and I fulfill via shipping, I can go to Amazon, I can sell online. But what if I'm a restaurant? What if I'm a bakery? What if I change tires? What if I lube cars? If I provide a carpet cleaner? Those products and services can be transacted online because I could sell a gift certificate. I could sell a $100 gift certificate and give 10% to a local school. I could sell a stack of gift certificates for my coffee shop, sell $100 in coffee, and I'll have $10 go to a local charity. So we give not only the first time local businesses can participate, but it's also the only way that you can sell a service online as well as not just a product. So it doesn't have to be local. It can also be virtually any business, as long as your business can offer a discount. And you say, well, what can't? Well, financially government regulated businesses. If you own a mortgage company, we may not be able to because you can't. I don't think you can give a 10% discount for people because people can't buy it up front. But essentially, any business that can give a discount, that can transact before the product is bought, before the service is bought, can participate in this program. One question we often are asked is, what kind of charities do we support? This is very, very important. With typical cause marketing, the business owner decides the charity. You think, well, what's the problem with that? Well, generally, cause marketing says that I've got a business. Let's say I'm a baker, and the business right next to me is a baker. We have the exact same products, prices, everything is virtually the same. I give 10% to the local community, and this other business does not. People will go to mine first to buy. Now, what if people are already used to buying at the other person? Well, in order for them to buy at mine, they have to like the charity. For me, education is a hot button, and people that know me know that I can go at length talking about education. I don't think we can pay teachers enough. But if I say that 10% goes to local education, what if you don't have kids that go to local school? That's not going to be exciting to you. With the Gateway Marketplace, and really the whole Shop, Click, Give, the charity is determined by the consumer. It's not the business. The consumer selects the charity, and the money is collected by the Gateway Marketplace, and the 10% is given in the business's name, or from the business. It's actually the business gets the credit as well as the purchaser. In the business name to the local charity. So it could be education. It could even be a classroom. The teachers spend so much of their income buying items, materials for the local classrooms, and they buy it out of their own pocket. I know my wife is a 6th grade teacher, and this can be used for giving back all the way down to a class. It can be used for supporting any number of charities. It could be local or national charities. So it doesn't matter as long as they're legitimate charities. Doesn't really matter, but doesn't really matter what charities they are. But it's decided by the purchaser. All right, that's got a couple more questions, and then we'll be able to end this segment. People ask, do they need a website? You have a business, maybe you have a website, maybe you don't. Do you need a website? No. You just go to our fundraising coach website, sign up for your own account, and we will give you a store. We'll give you a username, password, and a web address. You click on the web address, put your username and password in, and then you've got a store. You upload pictures. You type in descriptions. You put if you've got video to put up there. If it's on YouTube, you just put the embedded URL there. Put on the price. If there are selections like color. If there is weight that would depend on the shipping, you tell us how much for shipping. Of course, we always recommend that you throw in shipping, especially if it's above a certain amount, like $50. Of course, somebody can answer any questions that you have, but you just set up your own store on your web-based control panel, and then let us do the rest. And we'll go ahead and get you customers. We'll go ahead and collect your money for you. You don't need a website. You don't even need a merchant account. If you don't have a merchant account, in fact, you're going to use our merchant account regardless. So that's really the information, the questions that we've been consistently asked here about the Gateway Marketplace. I would encourage you to, if you have more questions, we can devote other segments of future shows to this. Send it to Ron at ronferrin.com, RONFERRIN, Ron at ronferrin.com. Ask me your questions. We'll cover it. And in the meantime, we're going to continue to help. We will continue to help people the old-fashioned way as we help people raise money, kicking it old school.